Hi everyone, are you interested in finding out more about the mortgage process, specifically about the pre-approval process? Well, you've come to the right place. My name is Leah Wynn and I'm a realtor with Martha Turner Sotheby's, and this is my colleague right here in Friendswood.
I'm Tanya Savon, and I'm a local mortgage loan officer with Pro Lending Mortgage.
Together, we are celebrating the Asian Pacific American Heritage Month. We're so proud to be celebrating our heritage as Friendswoodians. I graduated from Friendswood High School and my kids attend the Friendswood schools here. We live and work in Friendswood, and I just love that Friendswood celebrates diversity and to be able to share with you in this way.
Yes. And my husband graduated from Friendswood High School, and we have 4 children, and we've sent all 4 of our children through the Friendswood school system. And we are, just like Leah and her family, we're very proud to be living and working in Friendswood.
All right, so without further ado, let's get started on the pre-approval process. Can you give us an introduction on what the process entails when buyers are interested in making that jump?
So the first question I think that I would ask to answer your question is what are the different ways that I could qualify and get a pre-approval letter? So there are 3 different ways. The first is online. It's open 24/7. They can use a link and fill out the pre-approval process if they have internet using the online approach. The second is if somebody does not have easy access to the internet, they can call their local mortgage loan officer and do a face-to-face. They can, with the platform, the local mortgage loan officer can ask the questions that are needed. And then the third avenue is a smartphone. And so you can complete the pre-approval process using the smartphone. So once you identify which avenue you would prefer, I think the important thing in the process is there's 4 important steps. The first is how much will I qualify for? And that will determine on how much money you make. So if you're an employee, you would submit W-2s. If you are self-employed, you would provide your tax returns. And so depending on how much your debt to equity ratio and how much you earn, you'll know at the end of the pre-approval process what you will qualify for. The second thing that you will know through the pre-approval process is what will my monthly payments be. That will be calculated and estimated so that you don't overcommit to purchasing and securing a mortgage that you really can't qualify or afford. The third thing is the closing costs. You will know exactly how much you have to bring to the table to close on the loan, separate from the appraisal. Usually the appraisals are always paid out of pocket, but you'll understand like how much the cost is for the title, for your survey, and all your general closing costs. And then lastly, the most important step in the pre-approval process is getting the written pre-approval letter that you can then present to the seller side and say, I qualify to purchase or put a bid on this home. So those are the 4 things that a client or a new home buyer or somebody looking to refinance can expect. They will know how much they qualify for, what the monthly payments will look like, what their closing costs are, and then the written pre-approval letter.
I like that you mentioned to get the pre-approval letter and go through the process before going to look at homes, because if you do it the other way around, you might be wasting some of your time. Either you're looking for a house that is over your budget, over what you're comfortable with, or you're looking at houses that are under budget, and then you will wish that you had been looking for something more in line with your budget. And so to save you time, I would highly recommend for you to go through the pre-approval process before you start going out and looking at houses in person. Now, if you want to shop online and get to know the market, well, go, have at it. But once you're ready to start visiting houses, it's very wise to go ahead and get the pre-approval letter so that you are an informed buyer going in knowing what your range is. And oftentimes it helps you narrow down which features you're willing to live without and which features are more important to you, or what you want the house to already have and what you will plan in the future to put into the house as a renovation later on.
And I think the most important thing that I see as a mortgage loan officer is people panicking because they don't have a pre-approval letter, they found their dream home, and there's multiple offers coming in, and they want to put in an offer for that house, but they don't have their pre-approval letter, and they're expecting the mortgage loan officer to create a miracle, and sometimes it just can't happen that fast. You're looking at typically a few hours to a good 24-hour period before a pre-approval letter can be turned around.
Okay.
So I think that's the biggest caveat that I want to share. Avoid the headache. If you find your dream home and you want to put in a bid and you want to be able to compete for that home, have your pre-approval letter already in hand such that you can be a contending party to that transaction.
Thank you for that nugget. Okay. A lot of my buyers are a little bit afraid about going through the mortgage process because they don't want to take a hit on their credit. They've spent so much time and hard work building that credit score and they don't want it dinged. So what do you have to say about that?
Well, I am, like most people, I don't like surprises, but I do want to know where I stand. And so going through the pre-approval process will let you have the opportunity to ask questions. Can I restructure some of my debt? How can I bring up my credit score? What is actually bringing down my credit score? Have the opportunity to fix those issues and then try again to get approved. Or if you do get approved, then you have the answer to your question, which is how much did I get approved for? And what house range should I be looking at?
And how long is that, like once you look into this buyer's file, how long does that last? How long does that period last?
So once a credit is run, the initial hit, you have about 30 days to continue shopping for a loan. Most credit agencies will see that you're looking to buy a home, and your credit will only be hit that first time. It will not ding you as long as other lenders are running your credit within that 30-day window. So in the past, I think prior to the laws being changed, each time a credit was run, the credit score would decrease. But now they realize that they encourage people to shop for loans and get the best rate. And so now your credit is only dinged once within that 30-day period when you're shopping for a home.
Okay.
And for the best rate.
Mm-hmm. So what I'm hearing is you don't need to be afraid about your credit being dinged every time. You do have the right to shop. Yes. Do it within 30 days of the first time that you're having your credit looked at. And it's only one hit, and you've been building your credit score so that you can buy a home.
Yes.
And this is all a part of the process. It's just one hit.
Yes.
Let's switch gears a little bit from numbers to shopping, not just for the best rate, but who to work with. Ton mentioned that you're going to be looking for the best rate, and one of the more important factors in choosing who you go with for your loan is the level of customer service that you have, so that you have a smooth and happy, exciting buying process, that it's not stressful, and you're getting the communication timely, and you're getting correct and accurate information, and you're not having to repeat yourself over and over and over again, such as when you go with a big national online lender like LendingTree. If you look for a referral from family and friends and realtors to shop with a local loan officer or lender, you're going to have real-time answers. You're going to have accessibility whenever questions come up. You have an office to walk into. You have this person's cell phone number. You're not having to repeat your information to a team of people because you're not getting the same person to pick up the phone if they pick up the phone or leave a message with a robot. Do you have any thoughts to add to
I think
choosing who to work with?
Yeah, a local mortgage loan officer has access to many different lenders and can shop the best rates for you, and they can do it with a custom approach and meeting your objectives. So if you say, hey, I want to know what my monthly payment will look if it's 20 years versus 30 years versus 15 years, and I want to make sure that I can escrow, all the different scenarios can be tailored and answers provided so that at the end of the loan process, you feel comfortable that the best loan was structured for you and for your needs.
Okay.
And so that is, I think, the benefit of having a local mortgage loan officer. And I think also the communication. So my approach is I usually will always ask for cell phone numbers, and I create a group text that then I communicate between the realtor and the buyers, and anything that I am communicating, they are all hearing at the same time. So I think it affords a certain level of particular attention to your loan that might not otherwise be with a large company. So I do encourage, yes, so I do encourage using a local realtor and a local mortgage loan officer.
Yes, thank you for that information and knowledge. Okay, Tan has a background in CPA, and so if you're thinking about buying a house in Friendswood and you want to shop local, Tan's your girl. The information is down below. Tan, any last words?
No, I think one thing is, as we mentioned at the beginning of the video, we're both proud of our Asian heritage, and so Leah is saying my name the Vietnamese way, but I think a lot of Friendswoodians know me as Tang, like the orange juice, and so I respond to both.
All right, thank you very much, Tan. I can't stop saying that because I'm Vietnamese too. All right, thank you for watching. And now you know all about the pre-approval process. If you are thinking about moving to Friendswood and you want to know more about the schools, be sure to check out my video on schools in Friendswood.
Yes.
Thanks for watching.
And one last thing, rates are really low right now. So if you're interested in either making that move to purchase a new home or refinance, this is the perfect time to do so.
That's right. A lot of people are either refinancing or
purchasing,
hurrying up to buy to take advantage of those interest rates.
Yes.
All right. Okay. So for the second time, thank you and goodbye.